What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great day. My name is Bleaves. We're here to talk about all that's going on in the crypto market, especially $15 billion in expiries going on today. Now, are they all happening right now? Well, they happen over the course of the day. A lot of them have already taken place. We haven't really seen a gigantic spike in one way or another for the market. So it is possible that we don't get the short squeeze. We'll see what happens over the next little while. We also got PCE numbers that came out, and the PCE numbers were exactly in line with expectations, or as right-wing Republicans would say, Joe Biden's ruining our economy, or whatever they say. I assume they talk like that at this point, and that is not untrue, but it's also not entirely. Look, U.S. has problems. There's going to have to be some financial correction, serious financial correction is going to come. And here's the thing. It's probably going to come through cryptocurrency. And those of us who are in cryptocurrency and those that are early adopters, we're not going to care what happens in the rest of that broader market. We're not going to care at all. So it's going to be a little bit wild over the next over the next little while. Also, Vitalik Buterin says, I don't know how he talks, but I would say, yeah, und I would like, or Russian maybe. I don't know. I don't have a Russian accent. But he says that he wants to see good meme coins, not bad meme coins in the market space. And not to be outdone, the Solana founders then shoot back with, yeah, they can ban cryptos that don't meet their protocols because they don't like some of the well, hey guys, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but there are some wild meme coins on Solana right now. There's a lot of different races that have hats these days, and they don't use the good words to describe them. So something is very, very interesting that's happening over on that Solana network. And yeah, it's getting kind of crazy. And we're going to talk about all that and more. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Then remember, this is not financial advice. Here we go.
It's your boy Bleav. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, good morning to you. If you good morning, if you don't good morning to you anyway, because good morning. Or if you live in a time zone somewhere else, good night, good evening, good afternoon, or it's the middle of the night and you're asleep. I think that's if you're in the ocean, however. So good morning to everybody. I hope that you're having a great day. Change is always good, right? So what we're going to do is I found a new format that I like even better than what I'm doing right now, because I don't like the backer, this little piece that's down here at the bottom of this this video window. And you can see all the moving pieces back there. But then I have this one over here, which this little line kind of right there, it annoys the shit out of me. Then I have some of these older ones over here. And then I have this one kind of neat, if you will. I don't like any of them. They're all just like annoying the shit out of me anymore. So what we're going to do is on Monday, there's going to be a big difference in the show. We're going to upgrade it just a little bit, or just a level or two or three, maybe, if we can. Also, I got kind of wild stuff that's still out there that I've used over the years. We've even got some old sets and stuff like that we used way back in the day. We even got the old Believes Crypto, the Believes Living Room, the other Believes Living Room, the tunnel that we were in for such a long period of time, and then of course a couple Bitcoin backers, stuff like that. And then we have the old Believes Crypto art, if you will, that we did in Frankfort, Kentucky a few years back. So going to be working on evolving some of this stuff over the next little while. So good morning to everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Let's get this kicked off with Jay Locke. Good morning. Blockchain. Good morning. We've got Mike Vollmer in the house. We've got Brian Bootyhead in the house. Jason Pollins is here. Richard Caldwell in the house. We got S Dog here. Hammerside took a Myro long after you talked about it. Took profit and doubled my investment. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. 29 cents was still the rejection point. There's going to be a run coming. All of the pieces are in place for Myro to have that magnificent big move, but it's a matter of getting that next big listing at this point. So make sure that you're doing the right stuff and take your initial investment out as quickly as you possibly can if you're going in that position. Gold all-time high again for John Doe. Good morning. We got Roy G in the house. Jesus on Solana. Well, if that's happening and that's absolutely blowing up, then that might be explain why the Jesus on Ethereum is also pumping pretty good right now. Mike Vollmer is up. We already did that. Ambimbola Janet is in the house. Worldwide Crypto and Gaming in the house. Games is here. Buenos dias, DJs. Kathleen says, wanted to buy ASM, had two different prices. Is the correct one almost 4 cents? The one that you're going to want is the one that's on Coinbase. Don't buy any but the one that's on Coinbase. George is in the house. Good morning. Selmo Fudd is here. What up, Boner and Booty Boys? You're thinking of Rodney's channel. Sorry. This is Believes. This is the True Believers. True, believers and stuff. RW7610, good morning. Trail Boss in the house. What's going on, my man? Marcelo Juarez is here. Coin on Crypto. Eglad in the house. Early Morning Wood is here. We've got the Soul Volted Dad Cop in the house. What is going on? Poe is here. Richard Nelson. We got Jeff T. We got Smokestream. Khan Azim. What is going on, my man? Raymond Pritchard. I need the market to run. We all needed to run. We needed to walk at least super fast. By the way, my new workout that I've been doing after I finish my workout, and I'm doing like 60 arm curls and then 100 arm extensions every day after my workout. But then after I do that, I'm going on the Stairmaster for 10 minutes with a level 6, I want to say. I go between 4, 6, and 10. And I do that for 10 minutes. And then when I get done, I get on the treadmill and I start jogging, and I go 8 miles per hour for one Bad Religion Big Bang song, which is like a minute. It's over a minute, but not 2 minutes long. It's one of those fast ass songs. So I just take off running at 8 miles. 8 miles per hour is not that bad, by the way. So I take off running at 8 miles per hour for 1 minute and 20 seconds or something like that. Then I walk 3.3 miles per hour, which is still, that's a brisk walk. And then I do the 8 miles per hour one more time, and I flip it back. By the way, I actually have a playlist that I do this with, and it includes Big Bang on there twice. And when Big Bang comes on, then I just hit 8 and run as fast as I can for that period of time. And is it as fast as I can run? No, it actually isn't. Turns out I can run faster because I don't feel like super, like worn out. I could go faster than that. So cool. But woo, it is exhausting. I'm going to tell you that. We got JC. Our economy doesn't need Biden's help to crap out. Already too late. That's kind of true. Fun Family says Neko to the moon. By the way, Neko, there's an announcement. I don't know if it's. I know it's been done. By the way, I don't know. I think it can be announced. So they paid for and they got the approval for the listing Neko with CoinMarketCap. So you should see the value showing up in your wallet at any point in the next little bit. So congratulations to Neko, leveling up, if you will. Perplex says, good morning, Bleaves. What is going on, my man? Let's see. Nasser is in the house. Crypto Mojo is here. Nasser El Atabi is here. Good morning. Ben Ferrer, good morning. Khan Azim, Lunk Pepe. Trailboss says, Jim Carrey said it the best in the Truman Show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. There you go. I guess that covers it. It's not as nearly as funny as mine, although Jim Carrey is way funnier than me. Daniel Delgado, good morning. Jay Manuel's in the house, good morning. We got too many. Guys, was that P. Diddy? Like I thought I was killing the game, right? Like I thought I was just, how could I be any funnier? Probably I couldn't be. You know what I mean? Like it's probably impossible for me to be any funnier because I made a meme, and then, I mean, how is that not the funniest thing that you've ever seen? How is that not the funniest thing that you've ever seen? I mean, I thought that I was being hilarious, right? And then, of course, I made a post that said, when do we see PEE Diddy as a token, right? Well, guess what? There's a P Diddy on Solana right now. You know what I mean? And I can't believe that. What's your BNB address? Coinon, if you're asking me, it's in the description down below. It's an ERC-20. The ERC-20 wallet down below is also a BNB. Anyway, so good morning to everybody. I hope you're having a good day. D Pity, and then we've got the Diddler. They're man, that dude is wilding out. And by the way, he said, I'm innocent. Them kids was asking for it. So yeah. And by the way, look around and find all your friends that were big fans of Jay-Z and big fans of P. Diddy and big fans of Meek Mill, and now you know who they are. Is that true? I don't think it's true, but it's pretty funny. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny. And by the way, for those of you that know, this was not really like a rap thing or anything like that, because if you remember, this is gross, but do you all remember there was a song called Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja, and there was a this is it was Shinobi versus the Lost Prophets was the name of the band. Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja. And this right here, Lost Prophets band, that lead singer is the grossest person in the history of anybody that you've ever heard in the world. And I'm not going to get into it. But if you go look up Lost Prophets, you're going to see the lead singer. And when you see that lead singer and you start talking about that lead singer, then you're going to be like, what the is going on? Ian Watkins right here is his name. And and it was not just what he was doing. It's messed up. So let's get back into crypto, because man, Lost Profits is wild. So well, let's check it out, because number one, Bitcoin, we're going to get into a whopping 15 billion in crypto options are about to expire. Will the markets react? That's the question of the day. What are the markets going to do with that knowledge? And so far, we got a little spike, by the way, on Ben recovering all of a sudden. But Bitcoin right now trading at 70,500, just kind of ranging. We were looking for, kind of a wild sort of spike right here, and we don't have that yet. We're just in that point of control. I was trying to simplify my chart just a little bit, and I don't have it perfect yet. But as you can see right here, this is kind of this big blue line means that's the point of control. And I wanted to make all of this stuff blue, by the way, so that it goes in with the rest of it. I'll figure out how to do the rest of this a little bit later on to lean into that kind of thing. But so what I would suggest, if you're doing some trading right now, I would look for a move over this range. But you can see right here, we kind of wicked up and we hit it right there. That could be a rejection down to the 68.5 level, by the way, and then a move back up like it did before. Came through here, busted through, looked like it wanted to make that move, and then it didn't, and it rejected back down to this range. Then it came back up, had a nice little pump, but came back down below. Now it came back up and tested it. Could be in the line for a move towards that downside. I don't know for sure yet. It's a little bit early in the day. I think that there's going to be a spike in price action. But I mean, we're in new territory. Remember, there's no there's nothing to test up here at the top. We're in price discovery mode. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of when we get the right information at the right time to send us on that right path. So shout out. But March 29 is an end of quarter Bitcoin options expiry event, and it's a big one. There's approximately 135,250 Bitcoin option contracts expiring today. The notional value is 9.74 billion, making it the largest expiration event of the year, according to Deribit. The put to call ratio for today's huge tranche is 0.85, meaning there are slightly more long contracts being sold than short. There are more than $1 billion in open interest at 65 and 70,000 strike prices, but the latter being closer than current spot prices. Bulls appear to be dominating the derivatives market with almost $1 billion in open interest at a higher strike price, including 75 and even 100,000. Open interest refers to the number of value contracts that are still open have yet to be settled. So crypto derivatives tooling provider Greeks Live reported the total value of crypto options for today's expiry with the big quarterly delivery of 15 billion. Market participants are ramping up to move their position, with Bitcoin calls continuing to be the absolute workhorse of the move. But also know that 70,000 strike price is very hotly contested, which is where we are right now, with the call currently holding the second largest options contract. Deribit reports it as being slightly larger than the 65 strike price for calls. With the big quarterly delivery, the $15 billion options market, spot markets are not usually impacted by derivative expiration, but today's event is a large one, so there could be some volatility. Plus, we got the PCE number today. Total capitalization is up 2% on the day, reaching 2.77 trillion during Asia trading sessions. Bitcoin's been hovering at resistance of just over 70,000 for the better part of 24 hours, where it remains. Ethereum prices were trading around the 3550 area, where it's been for about 18 hours. So, you know, we might be able to see some kind of wild price swing happening almost real time, very, very soon. Very, very soon. And by the way, let me know in the chat whether or not you like this new setup on the on the chart right here. I know it might be a little tough to read. What I'm going to be looking to do is this going forward. You know, we'll have a little bit of this happening on the on the go forward. We're just not ready for it. I'm not ready for it yet. But you know, we're gonna be doing a lot of different things on the channel on Monday to try to kind of freshen it up and make it a little bit easier, because this annoys the shit out of me, the way that I got it right now. So and Ethereum, by the way, 3556, doing the same thing right there, just at the zone. We're at the zone of control at this moment. Myro, by the way, just started pumping. We got a big green candle coming out of Myro all of a sudden. It looks like it's reversing off of that 618. And by the way, before we're done today, we're going to talk about fib retracement, guys. I want to talk to you about that to give you kind of an idea of, you know, what it would look like at its best if we, you know, if we kind of, you know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, so, and why is that? I'm losing my mind here. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. There we go. All right, so we're looking for these moves, right, with fib retracement. I want to show you guys, because if you didn't already, go check. I did a video last night. It was members only. Not a lot of people watched it, by the way. I'm still kind of, even though I'm not new to this game, I still feel like I'm new to the game most of the time, because, you know, you only get 3 announcements per day or some wild number like that, and then you have to, you know, whatever. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Google now allows wallet address searches for Bitcoin, Phantom, Arbitrum, and others. Now, this is pretty cool, because now you'll be able to do a lot of searching on Google. Balances show only the native token for each network. Last updated timestamp shows balances as of last external transaction. Updates are not instantaneous. So let's go. All right. So we're going to do, first one we're going to do is Bleaves.eth. And oh shit, there it is. Look at that. And by the way, look at this goddamn criminal over here. They have this is the first thing that comes up right here. This is bullshit. The first thing that comes up here when you search Bleaves crypto, look at this, is some fucking scammer. Unbelievable. Let's go look at him. I'm blocked. This goddamn person, they don't even have enough respect to let me read my own stuff. That's crazy, right? I mean, we got to think that's crazy, right? Here's my website, by the way, believescrypto.com, in case you guys haven't seen it. And I haven't freshened this up in a long time, by the way. I'll have to do something with it going forward. Like, I mean, you see how old this is. I've got, I don't even know what the fucking token that is, by the way. I have no idea. But if you want to buy the song, by the way, the Believes, you can buy that song right here, 99 cents. And then this is my crypto backstory. You know, I kind of gave you a little breakdown of it. Then I got how to buy Luna Classic if you wanted to buy Luna Classic, stuff like that. You know, very basic, very empty sort of site. I haven't filled it out. I need somebody who can do something with that site to make it actually look, you know, the way that I would like for it to look or something like that. But you know what I mean? Like anyway, I digress. This is my, if you run it here, believes.eth, boom. Now, look at what happened here. There's $43 in this wallet. And look, some of these are just ridiculous, right? I've got Kodachi, whatever the fuck it's called, Red-Eyed Frog. I've got Ordinal Doge, Amber Phantom, Hokkaido, Saitanobi, CoinView Cap. I got a bunch of tokens from them. I got Robo Inu, Apple. There's a bunch of scam tokens, right? People just throw scam tokens at you all the time. Bank Social, Bing X, Boxa, Chocolate, Degen, Inu, Depoker, blah, blah, blah. People just throw shit at me all the time, right? Hina, blah, 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 blah. And as you go down, you see suspicious. Anyway, this is my compromised wallet. So if you see like token transfers and you can see like what's happened over here, and you can see that 41 days ago, they stole my Dub X and sold it. And by the way, this is just an inactive wallet that I don't do anything with anymore. You have the Lily Finance that they stole right there. Or maybe, I don't know if I traded it, did something, or maybe I might even transferred some of these. The Ben tokens right here, Advantage, like there's all kinds of different tokens. Like they just ripped everything out. You know what I mean? Like they just here. Oh, here. Matter of fact, this is when they stole my 81 days ago. Is when they kind of stole everything here. They took my ETH. They took my Volt. They took I had $2,600 in Tether sitting there. I had 800 million Ben tokens. I have 150 million Ben tokens now. I had 800 million Ben tokens that they stole. Then I had some wrapped Ethereum. Then I had Advantage tokens, and you know, like they just went through and they just grabbed everything out of this. And then not even that, this was the one that sucked, right? The one that sucked was they took my 3 WAGMIs. I had 3 WAGMI, and they stole those. They stole my Commonwealth OG. They stole my Volted Dragon Sailors Club, which here's my Volted Dragon, by the way. Even had a mohawk on it, and they stole that. I don't even know who owns it now. You know what I mean? Like I have no idea who even owns it now, which I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, but you know, and by the way, I mean, I do have to add, I didn't get any help. You know what I mean? I didn't get any help at all from anybody. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you can look it up with Google. So if you haven't already, you can certainly go check this out. You know, you can go check this out. Google now allows wallet address searches on your Bitcoin. So by the way, you can do it with your address as well. So if you know an address, you can like pop it in there and check it out. And because you do Bitcoin, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Optimism, Polygon, and all of those other ones, the Polygon, by the way, is still ERC-20. So, you know, there's a lot of them, unless they're specific, that you can do something different with. So certainly go check that out. So let's get in chat. What is going on, guys? Actually, we're gonna have to move on because we gotta get moving because I spent too much time talking bullshit. Let's move faster here. We're gonna get into Ethereum because Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin would like to see more good meme coins than bad ones. Well, no shit. You know what I mean? But here's the thing: what can you do to stop scammers? You know, that's the question. How can you? He posted a new blog post on the topic of meme coins. And what he says is one of his personal moral rules is there is a class of people or group you dislike, be willing to praise at least a few of them to do the best job of satisfying your values. While meme coins have generated a lot of hype in recent months and even in past years for that matter, some in the space have expressed a distaste for the new wave. Despite meme coin potential for negativity and negative outcomes such as racism, rug pulls, Buterin said at the same time he values people's desire to have fun and would rather the crypto space somehow swim with this current rather than against it. At least the more good meme coins than bad ones, ideally those that support public goods instead of just enriching insiders and creators. Speaking of which, I got to tell you guys, the liquidity from Elon Muskrat was stolen as well. I didn't announce that publicly. I did that in the Elon Muskrat chat. So they stole that as well, which was about, it wasn't much. It was like $12,000, but I mean, still, you know, it's and I don't even know how they knew it was unlocked. I have no idea. I got to be a better scammer. You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea how these people do this kind of raggedy bullshit, but they sure as shit did. We got Roy Gonzalez in the house. You need some Jesus on Sol in your life. Well, let's go look and let's see what that Jesus do. And by the way, for Jesus on ETH right now, Jesus on ETH is up 25% on the day with 3 million in liquidity. And then over here on Solana, we have my man Jesus, who is currently at up 68% on the day after having a nice little run when it launched over here on the 15th of February. So it seems like a pretty nice run going on so far for Jesus on the day right now. We're getting a little closer to Easter, so consider that we might get a little bit of a resurrection pump, if you will, for Jesus over the next little while. Again, up 68% on the day. That's pretty cool. So if you haven't already, go check out Jesus Coin. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me go back here. This is actually the wormhole from the original Jesus Coin. Let's go. Is there a different Jesus on Sol that I should be looking at here, Roy? Because, yeah, so I don't see. There's one here that was launched. Jesus is Alive. With only has a tiny market cap. I mean, this looks more like a scam wick right here than anything else. So 9 o'clock, it's still trading. It's still got volume. Looks like maybe it's using Radium as a market maker. Because actually it doesn't look like that at all. It looks like it just got buyers coming in. It doesn't look like it's real alive. So the wormhole. Okay, so the wormhole one is the right one. All right, cool. So by the way, the wormhole is part of the Ethereum one as well. So yeah, there we go. 11.15 up 70% on the day. Just had a big 4 Sol buy. So if you haven't already, go check it out. Look for Jesus Coin through the wormhole, and that should help you out. It's the same token as the one on the Ethereum network. So check that out if you haven't already, because remember, I did with Maker. I did an interview with Maker not that long ago. And I really thought, by the way, that Jesus Coin was going to pump. I really thought we were going to get just a wild kind of breakout pump on the Jesus. And I don't know what led me to believe that. But it just seemed like there would be something happening there. It just kind of made sense. But we really haven't seen that breakout yet. We did see not that long ago a quick move up into like the 2,600 range, which is not even enough, you know what I mean, to get it back to some of those quote unquote glory days. Like what you need is about 606 to get back into those quote unquote glory days when you were having those nice big runs. So you know, I think that, you know, maybe it breaks out over the weekend. Maybe as we get closer to Easter, we start to get this big candle as people start to speculate on it. So we'll see what happens there. But, you know, I was really surprised. I was really surprised that it did not pump a lot more over the last little while. So anyway, to finish off Buterin, his commentary comes after others in the industry recently expressed their general dislike. By the way, how is the sound today? I moved the mic away so that it's not close to me. It's a little bit further away, but I feel like I put the point of the mic a little bit better. So I'm not sure exactly how the sound goes at this point, just hoping that it's okay. And by the way, I'm going to move it completely around before the next show so that it's not, you know what I mean? Like I want to make sure that I have the best possible sound quality and everything like that. Because we're doing, you know, I'm not trying to do a lot of stuff over the weekend. In fact, I got some spots over here. Like this is too dark over here in this range right now, and I want to lighten that up. And I've got, I think it might be simple here. I might just be doing this right here. Just a couple little lights in the background, but I also have this other like glowing ember sort of light thing that's real. It's like black with like a trail of lights going around it. And I just want to put it into that little black spot, like right there, which actually has a sound panel, but you can't see the sound panel because I've got the contrast up to kind of eliminate that. You know what I mean? So let's see what goes on there. But let's move on here because we got a lot. Because like I am way too much goddamn time just meandering and losing my train of thought. This is what happens when you have ADD, by the way. You lose your train of thought. How much Ben do I hold right now? 150 million is how much I have right now. So, you know, and to be fair, like it's going to take me a little bit to work on. By the way, Crypto Comedy is like the perfect name. You know what I mean? The Crypto Comedy is the perfect name here. And yes, we all know something about Lunk, or at least I know something about Luna Classic. And if you want to know any more about it, watch the videos. So anyway, Solana Foundation says it can filter through the offensive meme coin problem. Now, I don't have to tell you if you've been looking, but there are some wild names that are popping out, and entirely and wholly inappropriate names that have been popping out on the Solana, the Solana space in the last few days. And guys, look, I'm not here to tell you what you should or should not do. In fact, it's none of my business. However, I'm not going to be involved, and there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to be involved. The wild thing here is that there are people that think that that's cool. They think that, and by the way, 15 years ago, I probably would have said some of this shit was just absolutely hilarious. I got banned in a video game one time because I was using that Hulk Hogan meme. And if anybody knows the Hulk Hogan meme, it was on, I can't remember what, You're the Man Now, Dog. And I was using that meme in a game. And yeah, I got banned for a week for that one. And it was about, you know, so, you know, and you know, things are just, it was just wild. It was a wild time. Maybe actually it's 20 years ago. But, you know, it's wholly inappropriate, especially in the environment that we're in right now, because you're just doing it. And by the way, you're just doing it to try to scam people to get money out of them. So that makes it even more inappropriate. But what they're going to do, as funny and as irreverent as meme coins are, the category also has a problem with an explosion of tokens with names containing the N-word and other racist themes. During a panel discussion on meme coins at the recent Build Asia Summit in Seoul, panelists debated how to deal with the problem. Should wallet apps and decentralized exchanges screen out banned words, or do the nodes have a duty to stop these tokens dead in their tracks? Choice means the right for a wallet developer to institute a block list. Almost every wallet in every ecosystem filters out spam NFTs and spam tokens. Users always have the ability to reveal something if they want to, but the core network needs to remain permissionless. Federa made an analogy to the internet. It's unreasonable to expect an ISP to filter out content that some find offensive, he said. After all, the internet, like crypto, operates on a largely permissionless basis. No one expects Verizon to have a legal obligation to prevent a phishing email from landing in your inbox. Solana is all on the application level. It's wallet making decisions about the kind of content they want to show and display. Mark Zeller, founder of the Aave chain, an Aave delegate and service provider, has a different perspective, pointing out that under European law, there's an obligation to filter content. In France, for instance, there are legal obligations for ISPs to block certain content. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, and by the way, Smokestream, the question is one of freedom at this point, right? And you know what? You can say the N-word, but you have to suffer the consequences if you do. You can say it. As a matter of fact, I can give you a list of songs proving you could say it. But it's also depending on the color of your skin, what happens to you. If you have the right color skin, you get applauded and you get anointed. If you have the wrong color skin, then you have a problem. So here's what I would say. I would say, we as a culture in crypto, because the principles by which people are allowed to say it or do it or whatever, that is part of the freedom. And by the way, we are about pure freedom in the libertarian principles of cryptocurrency. We're supposed to be about complete freedom. If people do what you don't want them to do, don't touch those tokens. If a wallet decides to ban words that you disagree should be banned, don't use that wallet. There's going to be freedom here. There will be freedom here, and you'll be able to do whatever it is that you want to do, because there are options. You don't have to use a Coinbase wallet. If Coinbase starts banning words, then you can just move on from Coinbase wallet and go to Trust Wallet. If Trust Wallet does it, you can move to MetaMask. If MetaMask does it, go find a different wallet. You know what I mean? Like there's hundreds of different wallets that you can use out there that will allow you to have whatever freedom that you want. And here's the thing, that's the way it should be. If they make a decision, then you react to that decision. You reach in further and you support them, and you get rid of other wallets because you like the way that they do it, or you hate the way they do it. Don't engage with them. If there's a blockchain that allows it to happen, and you don't want it to happen like that, don't engage with that blockchain. You're not entitled to the blockchain. You know what I mean? Like you're entitled to your freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do. And if what you want to do isn't available for you on that chain, go somewhere else. The end. Problem solved. I mean, you are free to solve your own problem. So, you know what I mean? Boom. I don't know what I've had here. Let's do this. All right. Listen, I've had Lunk since the crash. Got message saying not supported. Moved to Trust. Wouldn't allow me the possibility of a swap. I was just checking the compatibility. What's going on? Okay, so the reason that you're Lunk, and I assume that you're using Lunk and not the original, like this is, the question would be one of pairing. What is it paired with? So if you are, the best thing that you can do, Crypto Comedy, would be to move your Luna Classic. Go sign up in the description down below. There's a place where you can trade, which is called Weeks, WEEX. And you can trade your Luna Classic there. And they do burns. If you're overseas, you can use Binance or you can use MEXC. They all trade Luna Classic. And then what they will do is, there's the reason that you can't move it to your DeFi wallet is because it's paired with something that's preventing it. You've got like Solana wrap, or you've got Luna Classic wrapped with ETH, or it's wrapped with BNB, and it's not compatible. If you move it, if you figure out what it's wrapped with, because there's no wormhole anymore, then you just move it to a centralized exchange, and the centralized exchange automatically unwraps it for you. And then from that unwrap, then you can just do whatever you want with it at that point, because then it'll be unwrapped. And that's the easiest way to do it, or at least that's the way that I've found is the easiest way to do it. So Robinhood does Luna. You know what? Robinhood is also about to do Myro, if you guys aren't paying attention. But anyway, so I don't know what you guys think about it, but Solana gonna have a big moment. And guess what, by the way, while we've been sitting here kind of waiting for all of our different tokens to make that move, Dog with Hat is now the third largest meme coin. And how crazy is that? If you come over here, you can see that Dog with Hat now at $3.7 billion market cap, making it the third highest meme coin in all of the space. And by the way, at some point, it's not going to stay. It's not going to stay. Dog with Hat doesn't have a function use. It's for fun, right? And with that, you come back down here and you look at this little range right here. You look at this little range right here. This is where Myro is, right? And that's why this is why I'm bullish on Myro. And by the way, if Myro runs to $3, I'm not going to be rich off of that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get in early enough for that. I got in at 7 cents. So I'm not gonna be rich off of it, but this is what happens when it took off. Now, Myro is using the same protocols and stuff like that. The only thing that Myro is not doing is they're not using the Sphere. If you remember, Dog with Hat was on the Sphere in Las Vegas right around this time when things started to really kind of rip. But it got listed on Binance, Robinhood, Coinbase, a whole bunch of different places all at once, and that just really started this parabolic run. Well, it is entirely possible that Myro does the same thing, because Myro is in that range right now where it kind of tested 40 cents. It's back in the 30-cent range. It could have that big breakout coming pretty soon. It's just a matter of getting it's just a matter of getting the people in Dog with Hat. Once they made their profit, they're going to be looking for another place to do it all over again. And that, I think, is Myro. And I'm not sure, by the way, but I feel like it might be. So if you haven't already, Dog with Hat, I keep thinking, every time it comes down $2, I keep thinking like, man, let's just go. But I've already got it all in Myro. So we'll see what happens there. Anyway, so don't forget Neko. Neko is now approved for CoinMarketCap. So you should see the price of it show up in your wallet at any time very, very soon. In fact, I don't know if it's in there or not at this point. Boom, 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 boom. I don't see it in the wallet yet. Yeah, it doesn't have a price in there yet, so it hasn't been officially listed, but it will be in just a bit. So then move on. Bencoin. Bencoin down just a little bit on the day. I'm not surprised that it's down because, in fact, here's the wild thing, right? If you look at the price action, I told you guys, and by the way, my Ben video coming out today says that, we came down under here. We didn't get confirmation. We should probably, and then we got a big buy coming back in here, and we're back inside the range. So it didn't break to the downside. It's still kind of in that sort of range. So I expect some upside momentum to, you kind of zoom out here and you kind of just get an idea of what it looks like. And we're in the point of control right now. We're just kind of in that range. When you zoom in and you pull out some of that point of control previously, and you start to look at where it is in this new frame right there, then you're probably looking at a move as we get through there to this lane right here, 6,700. So we're probably going to see Ben move up into the 6,700 range pretty soon, about 1,000 points. And by the way, it should be noted that we continue to do this upward momentum. No matter what, even if I don't have this exactly right, we still have that upward trajectory and that upward momentum that's still happening right there. So cool shit happening. And we're going to get a big move up here into this 1,500 range. 1,500 is going to be that next little paradigm. And I think we're going to have one of those explosive sort of breakouts at some point soon. There's a lot going on. And, it's just a matter right now of actually seeing all of it unfurl and lay itself out and start to blow up. So, and by the way, staking should be here in the next couple days. And the new Ben newsletter is coming out pretty soon. As soon as I see it, I'll let you guys know. Also on Terra Luna Classic, if you haven't already, make sure. I had an idea for how I would want the repeg to work. I had an idea, and I was like, let's just see what we can do with it, and can I make it work? Is there some kind of idea, some kind of principle here that I could use that would make it look like the way that it would make sense? And somebody, I guess, liked it, so they're sending it over to developers, and they're going to let us know whether or not it works or not. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. My Neko is way down. So is mine. So is mine, in fact. But I'm not really worried about it because it's a low market cap, low liquidity sort of thing. Shaka is doing all the. And by the way, it's down because they had to pay for CoinMarketCap. So then the group came in, kind of bought up a bunch of it. So there's a pool of investors there on Neko that I think it's going to still run, because the one thing that it's missed so far is being listed on like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. So that's the next step for them. And now that's going to make it easier for people to find it. And now that people can find it, and if they can have some fun with it and really start to expand on the meme potential for it, then I think we're going to see a nice little run. I think that it ends up being a nice little potential sort of breakout move. As long as it's being supported, at some point it's going to reverse and it's going to start running, right? So just give it a little time and let it kind of play out. And I think that it's going to be good. But I digress. Luna Classic, I think is about to have a breakout in the time frames here. You can see that is the, like this is the next range. We got rejected off of that range. But I think that, we've had some momentum. We've built up a little support right here. As long as this holds, then we're probably going to push back into this 1800. Remember, in about 4 days, we're going to see, in about 4 days, we're going to see, what do you call it? God damn it. In about 4 days, we're going to see the burn from Binance, and then we'll see the weeks burn. If you haven't already, by the way, sign up for weeks down below. Start trading there because they do burns, and they do more burns, by the way, than Binance does. So if we can get more people trading on weeks, especially if you're trading under me, we get people more trading under weeks or on weeks, then boom, this thing will take on a life of its own, and it'll start to really burn a little bit more. By the way, even though I say it's going to burn a little bit more, it'll be exciting to see that happen. It's not going to be, it's not the end all be all. The repeg is the end all be all. That's when it really gets interesting. That's when you really start to see some fantastic stuff happening over here. And by the way I set it up, it doesn't cost you, the investor, anything. You buy $1,000 and it goes up to $1,500, and you cash out $1,500. You get your $1,500, and you buy a token, and you buy 1 million tokens. You get 1 million tokens. The tax is based on what goes out of your wallet into the community pool, and the burn or the transfer takes place in the community pool as it gets moved from your wallet to the next place. That's where the burns start to happen. And to kind of balance it out, I had another idea about how to do it. And one of the ideas was, it was 2%, by the way. The way I had it set up is 2% would go towards the burn, but what I think is 1% should go towards burning LUNC, and then 1% should go to burning USTC, and that when you sell your LUNC into the community pool, then that 1% buys some USTC and burns some USTC. And when you trade USTC for Luna Classic, same thing. When you send your USTC back to the community pool, then 2% of it is kept. 1% immediately goes into a burn, and then the other 1% buys Luna Classic and burns some Luna Classic. So I think it's just a way for there to be like a synergistic sort of system that we can turn off and on and off as we need, with a goal in mind that once we achieve a certain amount of burn or a certain level, then it reduce it, then we'll reduce it back to zero, and there won't be any burning, and there won't be any minting of new tokens. You know what I mean? So that's so it takes 2 moves, Crypto Comedy. If you're trying to do that, then it's going to take you, it would take you 2 moves to me. I would look for wormhole. I would look for the wormhole, but I don't know that there is one right now. But I'm not. If maybe at Terraport, I'll look today, and if I do, I'll make a video about it. But I don't know for sure. So anyway, and then let's move on to charts. So. All right, Bitcoin. Let's go look at Bitcoin real quick. Let's get an idea of what Bitcoin looks like on this time frame here. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to go to the daily time frame right now because that's going to give us a better indication and a better idea of what's happening. 77, 78, 80 is still in play. It still seems like it's in play, even though we're look, here's the thing, we're continuing to move up and up and up and up and up. So until we stop moving up, it's going to be irrelevant. Like we're still on this big trajectory, and that big trajectory looks like it's gonna let's just move that out of the way. We're in this sort of zone right here at 68, between 68 and 72 sort of. So once we get clear, and once we get probably when we get more information about what happened in the last 24 hours about what do you call it, the ETFs, then we'll probably see a direction coming. So once that direction starts to pump into this range, then we're going to have that big move. Now we're not going to have that move today, by the way. I don't think it doesn't make any sense for it to happen. It doesn't make any sense for it to happen over the weekend. I would expect for it to happen like next week. So with that in place, let's pull up boom, 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 boom. That's the panel. We don't want that. What we want is boom, a MACD. So MACD says that we're about to pump on the daily. And we're getting closer to the halving, right? The halving kind of plugged in here at Saturday 420. So, we're close. So for the meantime, it wouldn't be unheard of to see some retesting of some of these lows here. As far as zones and areas and regions by which, if you zoom out here just a little bit and you start to look at, where is the volume, where is the trade volume? Well, shit. Where is the trade volume? And you get some of this off of your screen and you start looking at it in this range right here, then, you kind of get an idea that, let's see here. There's just no area of resistance or support. We're basically minting everything as we speak. So I would say that your biggest area of resistance, support, whatever you might call it, is just going to be, collapse that right there, and just say that it's right here where we are right now, or around 67,000. Around 67,000 is the number. So I would expect it will probably come back down to 67, maybe even down to 62 one more time, because that's where most of the that's where most of the area is. 67 most probably, but you never know. And then we're building up a lot of support right here at 70,500. You can see that kind of making its way out like right in this range right here. I'll show you on a horizontal line. There's a spot right here where we're trading, which is kind of where we are right now, but we're building more and more support in this zone and in this range. So the more you do that, the more difficult it is to break down, and the easier it is for you to break out and move up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. You know what I mean? You can't stop that. I mean, you can't. I mean, that's the whole thing. The freedom, freedom to do stuff. The principles behind crypto. That is also the problem with crypto. It's the people. You know what I mean? No. In fact, Luna will end up probably having another big run again when you least expect it. Luna Classic will do the same thing. Luna Classic now, as a matter of fact, for those of you that don't know, as of a couple days ago, the 2.4.2 upgrade happened, and IBC hooks have been reintroduced into Luna Classic, which means you can now build dApps on Luna Classic again, which means that it's gone from a ghost chain to an actual chain that you can build on and thrive on. And over the next couple of weeks, I will be talking to some of the builders about what we're doing in Luna Classic so that you guys have a better idea, because, a lot of times we get hyperbole, and then a lot of times we get donkeys out here who are like, stop pushing Luna. Like, don't do that. You can't do that. You're not supposed to be doing that, because they don't have a clue what's going on, or they're paid by Terraform Labs to FUD, which is what some of the validators are. Some of the validators on Luna Classic are paid FUDders who are FUDding the whole project because they want everybody, 5.5 million holders, to move from Luna Classic to Luna. That's the goal. So anyway, with Bitcoin, what do I expect to see happen here? Let's go down to the 1 minute and let's look at how it's trending. So, we're in this consolidation range right now. Each time we've hit here, you bounced here and it came down and it came back up, and then it bounced down and it came back up and it bounced again, and then it came all the way back down to this point right here. Then it came back up through this point right here, and then it's back down here. So it looks like it's doing the same thing over and over again. So if it doesn't break out and start using this zone right here as support, then that's going to be resistance, which means that 68,000 is going to be next, by the way. I'm not saying that we're going to 68,000. In fact, if you look at the liquidity right now, then you could say that, maybe 69.2 is the number, 68.5 if you're looking at it on the 24-hour range. But the big beacon of light right now, where most of the money is 72,164. So you could see a big move and a big just rip towards the upside. On the 3-day, well, there you go. On the 3-day, you actually have 68,000 exactly. There's a big pull right there, and you still have an even bigger area at 72,000, basically 78,200 or 72,200. On the weekly chart, liquidation map says there's a ton of money sitting up here at 72.4, and then there's a bunch sitting here at 68,000. So one way or another, we're probably ending at either 72 or 68. And by the way, we're going to probably do both of them. We didn't get, when we did this sweep down here, when we made this move to this range right here, when we dipped down into 68.3 last time, remember that's where the pool was. Well, that pool is now a little bit lower, right? If we're going to reach down and we're going to swipe down and grab that, then boom, take off, then you would be looking at this kind of, run it back sort of level over the next bunch of hours. Now, this is the U.S. market, so the U.S. market, they're takers. The takers in the U.S. market are probably going to be wrecking all this kind of stuff. And we're not going to be able to get to everything today, by the way. So let's, as rapidly as we can, just an idea here of what's going on. Ethereum looks like it's ready to explode, by the way. Looks a little soft when you look at it, but it's just continuing on upwards, and it seems to be consolidating into a tightening. And in fact, if we look at I don't know that I have them out here, but Bollinger Bands would give you an expectation. Yeah, we're in a tight little squeeze here on the Bollinger Bands on the 1 hour. So it looks like that everything is getting real like ready for a move. On the higher time frames, we're still in the higher time frames, not really consolidating much, but on the 30-minute, it got real tight and then it broke down, and then it broke up a little bit. And now it's starting to tighten up again. The 1 hour, again, it's kind of tightened up a little bit. So we could be seeing a big move. Bollinger, by the way, on this broke to the downside to 69 a couple hours ago, back up. Bollinger's pretty tight right now. So I would consider that we're probably going to have some kind of break in one direction or another. It makes sense to say that it's going to be towards the upside, but I'm not sure. Solana just broke out over the last couple hours from this move down to 185, which made no sense, by the way. Like, it wasn't making any sense whatsoever. So I was expecting for us to have another move. That next move is 189, and then after that 192 on the shorter time frames. And then on the larger time frames, you can see right here, like it looks like it's ready to break out and take off again. And when that takeoff happens, by the way, it's going to be from this point right here. Should be from this point right here to this point right here. And then, of course, if it breaks out from there, then what are we looking at? I mean, we're looking at up to 280. Like, that's, if it moves the same way it moved the last time it had its big impulse, you know what? That's not right either, because that consolidated right there. That's not right. Hold on. That was me getting ahead of myself. I think it's this impulse right here to this. And then that right there puts it at 250. So 250 looks like it's the next big move and the next big level up for Solana, if in fact it's ready for that next big level. And if it is, it looks like it's, it's consolidating and moving towards the upward end right there. Ex-Fed man, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5 bomb. Love the show. Keep it up. You're making a difference. I appreciate it, man. And by the way, if you haven't already, go look out at the members only video from last night. Certainly hit the like button and leave a comment on it, letting me know what you think of it, and really just an idea on how you can save your money. Because, like, the important thing to me isn't, and I think I jokingly even said it, like, the important thing to me is that you don't lose your capital. Like, if you take and matter of fact, I use Solana as the impetus for that. Like, if if it goes down a few percent, just take your money back out. Wait for it to go back down to the bottom, because sometimes you're just trying to find that area. And if you lose a couple bucks on your trade, that's okay. Make it back when you hit the bottom. And the idea and the principle behind that was, let me swap this. This is gonna be the last thing that we do, and then I got to go. But let's say you buy at 197 because you think that you're having a breakout right here, right? And the area for this is, I'm going to put the arrow marker right here. So let's say you buy right there, which is about 197, and you think that Solana is getting ready to go, right? Well, if it comes down like a few bucks, go ahead and sell. Like, go ahead and sell. Lose a few bucks off of this. You know what I mean? Lose a few bucks off of this, and then if you lose a few bucks off of that, wait for the finish. Wait for it to finish playing, and then it'll come down, come down, come down, come down, come down. And you knew that it was going to do this, right? Because we saw this already, right? We'd already created this kind of plan here. But if you see that it's coming down, then you know that it's probably coming back to another point of control, right? Or another zone, if you will. And it came all the way down here to 180. So if you lost a few bucks here, you put it back in at 180, and it moved back up to 190. You made your money back. You know what I mean? Like, it's and then it's doing it right now for potentially the breakout. Now, will it break out? I don't know. Could break down for all I know. But the point is, like, don't lose yourself holding on. And one of the things that we get into that we get so frustrated by, all of you guys get frustrated by, is that you do something like, let's say you got into SHIB, right? And then you bought SHIB because you thought you saw this big move and you're like, oh shit, I'm getting in right now. And then you bought, and where'd you buy? Right here, because you thought it was going to just continue on and then we're going to be an all-time high, because people in chat were like, well, they said all-time high was coming. Well, they don't know shit. And you shouldn't just do that because somebody says, oh, we're going to all-time high, baby. No, what you're looking for is you're looking for a fundamental move in some way that corresponds with what you need. So, you get in right here, and then it starts coming back down, right? Well, get out fast. Like, get out, take your loss right here and let it come back down, right? And then when it comes down here, buy. And then when it comes back up, sell. And then when it comes back down, buy. And then when it comes back up, sell. You know what I mean? Like, make your money. Just make your money all over the place. And then in the meantime, by the way, put a little small amount off to the side into your long-term HODL wallet. That's the whole thing. Like, keep using your money, using your capital to improve your situation. Don't get locked into something long-term that's going to wreck you. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, we're running out of time, so we're going to run the ad and then we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got somebody out here making money off of Cryptonomy already. Make sure that you're making money off of Cryptonomy. Let's do it, and let's get out of here, and we'll see you again on Monday. Cryptonomy.finance just launched a research section, so make sure that you go check that out today. Learn a little bit more about crypto that you may not have known before. If you are a corporate client, you can have a relationship manager and a lot of customer support, superior OTC services, and institutional tools that will help you in your venture. Also, if you sign up for the VIP course, you can get in touch with high-touch wealth management personnel and a lot of different people and personalized information as you need in order to successfully navigate this crypto system. Also, if you look at my moves right now, you can see that I'm earning over 106 Solana on my last staking. My Tether, I'm going to earn 1,670 on my staking so far. You can see there's some of these I've earned $784. I can't cash out for a while, but I've earned $784 so far. And then in the launch pool, guys, if you haven't checked the launch pool out, you've got to check the launch pool. Look at these ROIs that I'm getting right now. It's fantastic. 20x on K9 Finance, 7x on Weave, on Block Jerk. If you put a stake into this system right here, it gives you a fantastic amount of rewards.